On God, doesn't matter. We are trash. Like, she has done more anti-North Korean propaganda in the most unhinged ways than like the entire Western media apparatus has over the course of many, many years. I am going to be anti-materialist on this, okay? I'm sorry, but you get like fucking Botox and breast augmentation and you pop off, okay? Libertarians will literally believe anything you tell them, okay? She just like, that's it. They're like, what? North Koreans eat rats? Oh my God. Oh my God, totally, dude. They're definitely always eating rats. 100%. It's not, she has done more than the entire media apparatus, okay?
No. So you're born in North Korea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of wild. What was the city that you were born in?
Hasan.
Hasan.
It's a northern part of North Korea.
Northern part of North Korea. Okay.
Are you going there on the next tour?
No, I don't think that they don't do comedy shows there, do you?
So I think that's the thing, like in North Korea, I knew about comedy, but in comedy, they have to glorify the dictators, like the leaders in their comedy.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So I was like so shocked in America, people can make fun of everything.
Yeah.
Or themselves or anything.
Yeah.
So
some people's entire act is making fun of leaders.
Yeah.
That's all they do is make fun of.
Well, there's a dinner that they have every year where you make fun of the president.
And the president is there.
And the president has to be there and then get made fun of in front of everybody in the world.
They don't get executed.
No execution. Yeah. Crazy,
what
right?
a question, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's faking it, dude. Come on. Wow. No, the people don't get executed for making fun of the president? Wow. Oh, that's not what it's like in North Korea. Bro, this is literally me at basketball camp, coming from fucking Turkey, and the dudes at basketball camp, all the cool kids being like, oh, damn, Turkey's the real hood. They blow up bombs and shit like it was fucking Baghdad. And me going, maybe it is like that. Yeah, I am. Like, me taking fucking stolen valor of, like, war-torn fucking Fallujah because, like, it just, you know, it just upped my street cred at fucking basketball camp, okay? Yeah. Wow. Except I wasn't a fucking full-fledged adult. I was, like, 13, okay? That's so dumb. Fucked up for that? Okay, cancel me for when I was fucking 13. Suck my dick, okay?
Some people say the reason Donald Trump ran for president is because he was made fun of at that dinner before he was president. And everybody was laughing at him, and he just said, all right, fuck it. I'm going to show you how easy this is.
So is this a conspiracy theory or real?
What is real? Do you know what I mean? What is real anymore? Okay, so you grow up there, okay? And your life is incredibly difficult growing up there. I mean, even accessing food is incredibly...
She has been in the U.S. nearly as long as you, Lamau. She moved here in 2009. Wait, what? That's when I moved here. What the fuck? To be fair, Andrew was this receptive to me too, and I got them titties too. So I think Andrew, at least Andrew is like consistent with when faced with like heavies, he has the same perspective no matter what. Like I told him I danced on the fucking rooftops in New Jersey on 9/11 and he believed it. You know what I mean?
Hard, right? You had to eat
grasshoppers, dragonflies.
He's literally feeding her, dude. Yeah, come on. Oh my God, hello. Sorry, Kai is like...
Butterflies.
Dragonflies.
Butterflies sounds kind of nice.
Butterflies is
it
okay.
actually sounds beautiful when you say it like that.
What's your favorite insect? Like if you had to rank them.
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers, right? Yeah.
They are very chunky meat. And dragonflies is not much to eat.
Not much there, right? Harder to catch, too.
You know, we use a spider web. So we make a little bit round wire and we go through a lot of spider webs. So we mix a lot of nets and then we catch them. Like it's easy.
With spider web?
Yeah.
Wow.
So August is a dragonfly season, so we catch
everybody's
everywhere.
eating good in August.
So you're like bears. You eat in August and then you just starve for the next
It's funny enough, that's why we call spring is a season of death.
Wait, really?
Because in spring, a lot of plants don't grow. It's not quite the time, you know, like this right now, February, March is the hardest.
Did she steal that off of Shrek? Bro, it's always so funny. It's always so funny because, like, she'll be like, yeah, we make a grasshopper trap through, you know, spider webs. And that's why we call, and that's why we advocate for the genocide of the West. Like, or that's how genocide happens in North Korea. It's like she literally sucks the life out of the conversation and immediately brings it back to, like, some insane shit.
Yes.
From April, at least there's a hope. We can find some bud or like food to find.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you also told that story on Rogan about eating the rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you saw even kids eating rats.
Yeah.
And then the rats eating the kids.
Once
also.
they died, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, dog. Unbelievable. Because, you know, because it is. Oh, dude. Wait, unbelievable. You're telling me kids eat the rats and then the rats eat the kids? Unbelievable. Yeah, because it's made up.
Common occurrence to eat the rats, or this is like, was there a month?
What's unbelievable is like this to me right now.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like in North Korea, like I couldn't fathom how can you not worrying about finding food.
Yeah.
You know, that was just daily life for us.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I had no clue a word like this existed.
Yes.
And their problem was just having too much food.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the problem.
That's his problem. He has a big problem with that.
Yeah, I have certain things I just don't want to eat because I don't want to get so fat.
That's what Americans were teaching me when I came to America. They said, like, you need to watch out the food label. And don't eat raw.
Bro, she literally has, like, made herself deliberately into the racist depiction of, like, the heavily orientalized racist depiction of, like, small Asian woman shocked by scary big American man that you see in, like, fucking Family Guy. Like, what's that bit from Family Guy? Like, she literally is doing that. Okay? 100%.
Twice. I was like,
Did they
that's
tell you
what
that right away? Because right away you probably needed the food there. It's
In
kind of
South
an asshole
Korea.
thing to do. You've been starving your whole life, and they're like, well, don't eat too much.
Yeah, well, she go. Yeah.
In South Korea, they did feed us. So we had a nutritionist within government, so they would like feed us.
Yeah.
Initially, we cannot digest normal food like normal people.
Wow.
I mean, like the Holocaust survivors, you cannot give them steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their stomach cannot process all that fat
Right.
and salt like that. So you need to start with like little.
What the fuck?
Dad, what's wrong with you?
Oh. Şu anda çağırıyorum. Ne oldu? She's right. There's some kind of shock from overfeeding starving people. Yeah, I don't think the steak is overfeeding starving people. Hangi terminal ne?
A bit of like a water and some salt, and then increase the the fat in the food.
Yeah, I was listening to that podcast. You said that your first meal when you were in South Korea was eggs. That was the wildest thing that you could dream of.
Yeah, boiled eggs.
Yeah, but I do need to know because I grew up in New York City, and there are tons of rats in New York City.
Yep.
Now, you also moved here. You went to school here.
Yep.
Were there ever times where you saw rats and you were like, run it back one time? Did you think about that at all? Just because it's old habit, you know what I mean? It's like,
So I got intimidated by American rats because they were so much bigger than North Korean rats.
Because they get more food.
Yeah. Even the rats are fat here. Even the rats are obese.
Like size of like rabbit.
Yeah.
My mom and
You
I
could feed a
was.
family.
Yeah, we're like my mom and I was like in the subway. We're like, is that a rat? It's like it's a bunny almost.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
The different size rats. North Korean rats, like maximum is like this big.
Oh, wow.
They're like
mice.
Very small.
They cannot grow because we catch them before they become big too.
Yeah. Is there a way to prepare it? Like, is there like a dish? Like, I mean this honestly. Like, is there a way that you? What is the best rat dish?
So rat dish depends. Like if the people have a lot of TB, tuberculosis, right?
Right.
I mean, I had and my sister, everybody in North
Everybody
Korea,
gets TB.
from malnutrition.
Right.
So in that case, we need to boil it. So we skin it and then get the intestines out.
No.
And then we boil it and then until the bones become.
What's wrong?
I'm just imagining cooking those rats is crazy.
She's not trolling them. This is like her book, dog. That's what she talks about. This is the entire fucking thing about her grift. Like, do I believe that people in North Korea sometimes eat rats? Sure, certainly. Many people in poverty-stricken areas are, that are subjected to the horrifying conditions that they are subjected to as a consequence of Western imperialist forces eviscerating their fucking country, sometimes do shit like that for survival. I do believe it. Okay? So not everything she says is like completely patently false. I don't know how she like actually, got over her tuberculosis though.
Keep going. Yeah. Wait, what are you doing?
It's a delicacy, no?
It's a delicacy, yeah.
Are there any things you miss? Like, do you miss the grasshoppers, or like, would you consume any of that stuff now?
Oh, hell no.
You don't have to eat it anymore, but we're just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe you miss it. Like,
No, nothing about that food I miss.
Okay.
I think now in America they keep saying how we need to eat. It's like, no way. We're joking me, you know?
No.
It's like I would not want to go back.
Yeah.
So.
There is a restaurant, I'm pretty sure, in Midtown that does like insects.
There's
like,
protein bars with crickets in them.
It's like a Peruvian
protein
restaurant where like they'll do like ant rice, and so it's rice with ants in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But there's a lot of places in the world that will eat like grasshoppers or chocolate-covered crickets or something like that.
Yeah, chocolate covered. That's the point.
That's what you guys need. Yo, you're right. Chocolate's doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Why did you guys do chocolate? You should have just gotten some chocolate and shipped it
If you
in.
want to send aid to North Korea,
dude.
just ship them some Cadberries.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all you need. Yeah. Okay. So the rats, that was pretty much it. Sometimes you do it. You said sometimes you do it boiled. Snakes, but snakes is common. There are people that eat snakes. But the rats is just the most wild thing.
Yeah,
I think to us, because we're so used to like trying to get rid of them. Also like Western people have this huge fear of rats because it killed like a third of the human population.
Okay.
Have you heard of like the Black Plague or the bubonic plague?
In Europe,
So there's probably like this little concern.
I think to this day that shocks me is like what I remember eating cockroach.
Yes.
I think that I'm sure like nobody wants to like date me right now.
But you're engaged though. You already.
But cockroach we eat as a snack. And it's like with my friends, like they're boys, they are faster, cockroaches are faster, so they catch it.
Yeah.
And then they show me how to eat it. If you flip their tummy, there's inside, like it looks like a little grain in it. Looks like a brown rice grain. So that's the most like delicious part in cockroach.
Oh.
Really?
You gotta do a cooking show. This would be an awesome. You could be on the Food Network.
Okay. This is boring.
So 13 years old, you find a way to basically escape to China, right?
Yeah.
And you and your mother go.
Yeah.
Okay. You escape to China. How? By crossing a frozen river?
Yeah.
And it was so cold that the guards are down? Like, what is this situation? How do people stop the illegal immigration?
So they're like every 10 meters, guards with machine guns. And now after Kim Jong-un came, he buried the landmines and then put the electrified wire fences.
Mm-hmm.
And then facial recognition cameras from China put on the border. So now escaping from North Korea became impossible.
But you were before this, right?
I was right before that. It was still though like with the machine guns and guards every 10 meters.
And they just didn't see you because it was dark?
No, the lady who was helping me, she was a broker. So she bribed.
Bro, she came here at 13. She came to America when she was like, what, 13, 14? Been here for like fucking more than 10 years. Her accent is a little too thick, in my opinion. Like, she has to be hamming it on. Like, it is shocking. Like, I get it. Like, still maintaining some level of accent is fine. I obviously am very different than the average person that comes here. Like, I obviously am different than the average person that comes here in the sense that, like, I learned English at a very early age. She came to South Korea first and then the U.S. in 2014. She came to the United States in 2014. I mean, I guess that's a little bit more reasonable then.
Bribed the guards. That's why I didn't get shot.
Okay, so she bribes the guards, and then you and your mother get across, and then immediately after getting across,
still 9
your mother's
years. Like,
sold.
that's crazy.
You told this story on Rogan.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, I need to ask something. You were telling the story, and you said in the story, I need to know if you were just using this as like vernacular, like
9 years, it makes sense though, especially if you learn English at an older age. 9 years, it makes sense. If you learn English at an older age, that makes sense. I thought she came here when she was like literally fucking 13. If you came here when you're 13 and you've been here for like 20 fucking years, then it's like wild. My grandmother came to England when she was 30 and still had her accent at 77. Some people's accents don't change. Not trying to debate or anything. No, it depends. My friend, it is entirely dependent on what age you came to America and what age you learned English. That's it. That's it. My mistake. I thought she came to America when she was 13. That's why I was saying, like, that's, you know, that's wild. Yeah. If she came to America in the 20s, it makes sense that she has an accent. If she came to America when she was 9, that doesn't make sense. But that's it. Now, obviously, there's like differences in experiences. What are you doing? There's differences in experiences for people. Like, anyway,
we use it, or this is true. You said that your mother was sold to mentally retarded farmers.
As a sex slave.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mother was sold to mentally retarded farmers, right? Now, were you saying that in terms of like we say, oh, they're mentally retarded, like people that are stupid, or they were actually they were mentally ill people, like that?
Yeah.
They were
Actually can't function. They cannot put their pants on. Like, you know, they like limp, like actual physically sick, and in their head also sick people.
And they worked as farmers, or they owned a farm or something like that?
So they, my mom was sold several times. So one time she was sold to this family, and of course the son couldn't function. He was very disabled, but the parents and they had a farm. It was like I think.
I don't understand. Is this true, or is it? Or, I don't know if this is true or not. But like, I don't really understand why this would be happening. Like, why are there like somehow just a flock of like farmers with like mental disabilities, and also like, how do they have like the financial viability of like purchasing sex slaves? Why do they need sex slaves? Like, I don't understand what, like, it could be real. I don't really know. Like, but what would be the purpose of all this? How does she know about all this? She was still a child. I don't know. Maybe she like remembers it. I don't fucking know. Language acquisition is really decent before 12 years old, as many studies point out. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, I thought she came here at 9. That's why.
Private. China privatized after Deng Xiaoping came.
Right.
So they had their own farm.
Holy shit.
Family work.
So she's immediately sold there. You also sold.
So immediately she was raped.
Oh, my God.
And then they brought us together and then negotiating our price. And then they realized my mom was older, so they sold for like $65 for her. And then I was a child virgin. I was 13 and virgin. So they decided to sell me over $20.
Oh, my God.
So sold me separately to a different broker.
Oh, my God. And this is all part of the person that was transporting you. She knew when she was transporting you that this would immediately happen on the other side.
Yeah.
So this is the cost of getting out.
But the craziest thing is that I'm not hating her is because she sold her children the same way.
Oh my God.
If I was not get sold into China, you would not see me because I've been dead.
100%.
In 2007, yeah.
Wow.
You would not see me today.
So
Oh my God.
the only way you could survive is being sold as a sex slave.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she got executed for that after a few years later.
Somebody told her, or
The authority caught her, and then they executed her.
Was she,
and when they execute her, they also arrest 8 generations of her family
3 generations to up to 8 generations.
between 3 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now, I know that your father was arrested earlier. And when he was arrested, did other people also get arrested with him?
So there is 2 types of crime in North Korea called political crime and economic crime. So political crime is where what you do, you make fun of the president.
Yeah.
That kills 8 generations
That's
in
a
your
bigger
life.
deal.
8
Yeah.
generations.
It's like literally one guy, the top official, escaped. More than 30,000 people got
Saw you say that.
sent to prison camp. They did not even know they were related to that guy because they're so far out from in-laws of the in-laws.
What is she say? 8 generations? 30,000 people? Okay, this is what I mean. Like, is there sex trafficking happening with like refugees? 100%. So like that part of the story is kind of believable. I don't know to what extent. But then 8 generations, what do you mean? Like, so what? Like someone is 350 years old in fucking North Korea and they have been arrested because of their grandson? Like their great grandson? Like what the fuck does that mean? Like, what's happening in North Korea? Are they living till they're 400 years old? Why does one man have 8 generations, including like 30,000 people? How? How does no one do the math quickly and go, 8 generations? What the fuck do you mean? It's like the same principle behind in North Korea, they don't fucking have trains. They actually have to use humans to pull the trains. You're like, what?
In-laws and in-laws, right?
One guy.
Yeah.
And it was for being critical of the president or
Criticized.
or the
He
supreme
escaped
leader?
to South Korea and then criticized the regime.
So he criticized the regime over there, and then they just scooped up his entire family, 35,000 people that were related to him, and that's how they sent the message. Now,
Wait.
those people, they go to, you said there are 3 different
35,000 people related to him? What the fuck are you saying, dude? What? Dude, you hear the words coming out of your mouth. Your ears are capable of hearing it. Your brain is capable of processing this information. How? What? Like, what was it? This guy was a real dynamo, dude. He was just fucking. This guy was the Genghis Khan of North Korea, dude.
different types of prisons
camps,
there.
yeah.
There's the concentration camp,
And then labor camp.
and then one,
Re-education camp.
the re-education camp.
Re-education camp is a bit less than 2 years sentence.
Gotcha.
Prison camp is where my father sent over 10-year sentence. Political prison camp is a lifetime sentence. But when you go to political prison camp, you don't last more than 3 months. It's like Nazi Germany is, gas chamber. They work you to death. They ask you to clean the debris of nuclear weapon, those testing sites. That's why
So
they
you
need.
get all the cancer, you get...
Of course.
Oh,
and they need all these people to keep testing nuclear weapons and then clean those debris afterwards.
Oh, my God.
So you've been so outspoken. Did they go after your family?
That's what I was going to ask.
They did. They first put me on their killing list.
Yeah.
And I was informed by South Korean intelligence. And then they put all my families from mom, both sides, and denounced me as the...
I think it's going back 8 generations and taking the descendants of those people, which is even more insane. 30,000 people for one crime would only take 865 crimes to jail the entire population of North Korea. Yeah, except if you ask her, she's going to be like, yeah, in North Korea, everyone is in jail, actually. Everyone is in jail and cleaning up the nuclear debris from their very successful nuclear launch programs. They've enriched a lot of uranium. Hey, Kaya. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. She is so used to living in the lap of luxury. It's not even It's not even a joke anymore. Like 3 seconds in the pen, and she's like, "No, get me out right now." Kaya. Oh my god, Anne. I'm letting her out. You guys have spoiled her. I'm letting her out. You guys have spoiled her too much. She wants kin punishment in North Korea, under which tree the 8th generation of the political offender's family can be summarily imprisoned. What? That's literally okay. It's not roses. Not great. It's just like, but it's also not like this, whatever the fuck people are saying.
Popular Western propaganda.
Yes.
And then they all disappear, which means concentration
Oh
camp.
my God. Wow. Now, when you're in China, you have this unbelievable journey to get to Mongolia.
Like, Yeonmi Park is such a fucking grifter that other North Korean defectors that have written books about defecting from North Korea look to her and say, she's out of her fucking mind, okay? Just understand. Like, which is exactly the difference between 3 generations versus 3 to 8 generations. Like, it's like shit like that, okay? That's my point here. But you're so willing and so ready to consume anything and everything that, like, you believe stuff like, yeah, there's a 1,000-year curse that was placed upon my family by Kim Jong-un, who's farting on all my babies. You know what I mean? He's not calling the numbers out because he's trying to hit. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then from Mongolia to South.
Also, it's not that. It's this, okay? Like, obviously, no one, especially now someone like Andrew, who's like a funny comedian guy, wants to come across like a fucking asshole when someone is talking about being sex trafficked into like Down syndrome farmers in China, okay? You're not going to turn around and be like, that sounds kind of crazy. Can you please explain a little bit further? Like, no one's going to say that. That's the whole point. It's good propaganda for that reason. Even like the edge parts about it, even the fucking edge parts about it that like are very clearly embellished and very clearly lies is like, you're not going to turn around and be like, wait a minute, 8 generations? Like, what the fuck's going on? You don't want to be that guy. That's the whole point. Even though I am that guy. And, you know, that's why a lot of people yell at me, including motherfuckers in my chat.
South Korea. You have to cross the Gobi Desert.
Yeah.
This is a 24-hour, when I was listening to the podcast, you said it was a 24-hour straight journey. It's negative 40 degrees. What are you wearing? How are you staying warm? Like, how do you prepare for this? Are you taking water? I'm trying to understand.
I mean,
like,
it's gonna freeze. Water gonna freeze.
yeah, so-
Even your entire thing is all like ice. If you breathe, it becomes like all like icicle. You know? So, that's the thing. I was rescued by missionaries.
Yes.
And they said,
Watching Hakim, who I love's video on North Korea left me feeling a bit conflicted because I know North Korea is better than we in the West know, but he made it out to seem democratic and a nice place to live. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a democratic place to live. No. But I don't think America is a fucking democratic place to live. Let's be real. And North Korea is certainly worse than America. I mean, come on now. That's the point, okay? What I'm trying to say here is that, like, North Korea is shitty. You have to understand why it's shitty. You have to also understand beyond the really believe that. Wait, what? You really believe that? Yes, I do believe that North Korea is a shitty place to live. Dog, I think Pittsburgh is a shitty place to live. You really think I think that like Seoul, I mean, it's a fucking Pyongyang is a good a place to live? What are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Was referring to the video? No, I don't believe half the shit she said.
you have to believe in miracles. Otherwise, you're not going to make this journey. The chance of surviving is 1%. So, but we don't have like gloves or gears or like paddings, you know, just some like thick jacket. And then no gloves, no scarves, no hat. And so afterwards, we got everything frozen, or our face took a while for us to hit our skin. Wow. Yeah.
The missionaries that you said would make you, like they would test you on the Bible. And if you didn't do well, they might not take you. Did they do that just so you would believe in miracles more strongly? Was that the idea? Do you know why? Because it seemed to me, I was like, yo, just rescue these people. Who cares how well they know the Bible?
Right. So that's the thing. They believe that North Korean people cannot learn about Bible because the Kims copied the Bible and brainwashed us in the same theology. And like if people hear about God and Jesus Christ, we're gonna like know the same thing they're telling us. So in North Korea, if you read the Bible, you get executed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like this is the biggest crime you can make in North Korea. So these Christians thought like they need to save North Koreans and let them know the gospel. So they rescued us, and the price was us becoming Christians.
Yeah.
And that's why we had to write down the Psalms and memorize and testing and praying and fasting and a month of training.
Yeah,
Then,
God would have just saved them, but that's fair.
Wait a minute. And did they? Are you still Christian?
yeah,
Really?
I became one after my son. I wasn't. I was an atheist for a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then having my son, like, wow, this is a miracle.
Yeah.
I had to become one.
Okay. So then you eventually get to South Korea. From South Korea, you come over here. You study at Columbia, and now you've just gotten your citizenship. Bravo. American citizen. Okay, so we've got some life. We have tons of obviously questions. We're so curious, and I also want to talk about your new book and your old book, and we'll make sure that we plug everything there. Okay, so many different things that I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
A million. I never write down like notes for a podcast. These are the notes that I have. I need to know, okay, are there any nice parts of North Korea? Is there like an Aspen?
There are more than 2,000 private resorts for the Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
In these private resorts, they are all Pleasure Squad members waiting for him to come visit.
Pleasure Squad
So
members.
these young girls in North Korea, the officials have to find the young girls who look pretty. And then when they turn 16 or 17, they send them to capital Pyongyang and train them to become, there are 3 groups in Pleasure Squad. The Satisfactory group is where you perform in sex acts. And the other group is a happiness group, is where you learn how to massage the dictator or like give him the acupuncture like that. And the last group is the dancers and musicians.
And magicians?
Music.
Musicians.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I thought he liked magic.
He does like magic,
He does?
but like he likes the girls like naked and dancing more than that.
Yeah. Most guys
Yeah.
like the naked girls more.
I prefer magic. I weirdly prefer David Blaine.
Yeah, you like magic over. Okay.
Let's be friends after.
Yeah, right? Magic is so much more fun.
Wow. Okay. Now, okay. So the video. Sometimes there are these videos you see coming out of North Korea. And they make North Korea look quite normal. It doesn't look rich, but it doesn't look as poverty-stricken as.
Because it's not. Because that's, oh my God. Ay. Because over the course of look, North Korea after the collapse of the USSR is dramatically different than North Korea now, because no matter what happens, when there's fucking people living there, when there's a will, there's a goddamn way. That's it. That's it. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as the way the Western media fucking depicts it. That's it. That's all I'm stating. They're not eating hamburgers for every fucking meal like the people claim on Left Book. You know what I mean? They're not they don't have Five Guys burgers and fries. Okay? But it's so stupid when people are just no, you don't understand, dude. Everything in Pyongyang is fucking fake, dog. Everything. People are just getting assassinated in the fucking streets.
As people like you and others who have gone to actually lived in North Korea say. What do you say about these videos? Are they all he'll bring up, is it all faked? Is it all orchestrated to trick the West? Do you even recognize this place?
It's Pyongyang. It's the capital of North Korea. Yeah, do you see that everything is a propaganda banner?
Right.
Yo, that's crazy. Wait, what's happening? You got fucking little kids with drip. What the fuck's that about? None of them got the Kim Jong-un haircut. What's happening? I thought everybody had the Kim Jong-un haircut. Why? I don't get it. She's gonna say they're on their. She's on her way to the rat store to get some rats, dude. Look. That bucket full of rats. So what happens like when she goes to Times Square and she sees like the American flag and the Go Army fucking ad next to one another? Does she go, wow, look at this insane propaganda? Like, how does that work? You know what I mean? She's like, wow, this is just like North Korea? Of course not, because she's supposed to be doing reactionary propaganda, so obviously she would never fucking do that. She's like, wow, look at look at that American flag right there. And there's like always a fucking Go Army ad too.
There's no ad.
All of these. Oh, there's no advertisement.
Nobody can like get a glory other than dictator.
What does that say? That
Doesn't
first
look
time.
that bad.
It's like let's follow the party's order with everything that we have.
So are these places like
That's kind of fire. Yo, why do fucking... I mean, DPRK is not even like really fucking communist or whatever, but goddamn, that's a sick looking banner. God fucking damn it, dude. I hate this shit. I hate it so much. It's like, it looks kind of cool. I just like, if all I'm saying is if America had banners like this, I would be more yee than I am currently, okay? She's like, look at how bad these cities are. They're walkable. I hate it.
propped up by the regime to look nice, or are there some parts that are nicer and some parts that are more impoverished?
So Pyongyang is like have you guys watched the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
So it's like North Korea, like that. There's a capital and there's other districts.
So the capital looks nice.
Yeah, because that's called the heart of North Korea. Heart of the regime is Pyongyang.
Yeah, no shit. It's fucking poverty stricken. Of course. Like, please go to like Jacksonville, dude. Holy shit. Go to like a fucking Alabama town with no fucking working sewage and understand that like the concept that you're describing is literally identical to every place around the fucking planet where there's gigantic amounts of fucking income inequality. Like, you know what I mean?
So that's why regime says until as long as we can keep 10% alive, which is in Pyongyang, we are not going to do anything until other people die off from this starvation, because it's easy to do socialism when you have less people. That's why they're starving us on purpose, to let us die.
Because it's less people to take care of.
Not taking it is control. They don't take care of us. It's easy to control less population, right? And also, if we are starving, we have no energy to fight back.
Right, right. And they would be worried about these other places coming and obviously trying to create some sort of revolution.
Yeah, so within North Korea, we have no freedom to travel to Pyongyang.
Oh, I was going to ask you, have you ever been to Pyongyang?
It's just weird because like they keep killing people, and yet their population has like steadily increased since the 1960s. So like, I guess they're just not doing a good enough fucking job killing people over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, they're not very efficient. People just like they still have like this willingness to live. You did not just say immigrants.
Before my father arrested, I've been once.
Because before your father's arrested, life was not as
He was a party member. Yeah, I had a relatively fine life for North Korean standard.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which means I had like food 3 times a day, still no electricity, no cars, no toys, I still like 2 pairs of clothes, no shower, no sewage, no bathroom. I mean...
Oh, and that was good for...
No refrigerator, no washer. I mean,
Wow.
that was a good North Korean lifestyle. I was not dying from starvation.
Yeah, because he was a party member.
He was, I mean, 6 million of men are party members, so it's not that significant.
Got you.
He was a party member, but still, yeah, better than most of, I guess, middle-class people.
Wow. Okay, so that's why they'll let foreigners go to Pyongyang. because it gives the perception like, oh, it's not as bad as people say.
It's like Disney World,
Exactly.
right? But the thing is, even within Pyongyang, remember that Otto Warmbier from Virginia Tech, the young man who got killed by the regime?
Yes.
Even as a tourist, when you go to North Korea, you cannot walk around freely.
You're always accompanied.
Absolutely. Even in your hotel room, you cannot. His crime was going to the wrong floor in his hotel by himself without the guard.
I'm not even pushing the floor.
Yeah.
I'm saying you push the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching the Yeah, there's got to be
there
an
was
elevator.
in the hotel.
Yeah.
It's elevator.
Now, where is the money coming into North Korea in order to prop up a city like that?
So, first source is coming from selling weapons. They sell the nuclear strategy to Pakistan, Syria, those countries.
How did North Korea get a nuke?
Wait, what?
They got the technology from...
Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? Yo, why? Every time she says some unhinged shit about North Korea, it literally sounds like she's pro North Korea. Okay? She's like, dude, they have the best nukes. North Korea, best nukes. Nobody fucking knows it. They literally have better nukes than America, actually. And they sold it to Pakistan, and they sold it to Syria, and they sold it to Iran. Like, Pakistan had nukes before North Korea even had a nuclear program. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What is she saying? It's like, well, they sold more nukes than the ones they have already. You know what I mean? No, you don't understand. The intercontinental ballistic missile systems, that's North Korean, baby.
The Soviet Union in the 60s, 70s. So they have North Korea. Yeah.
And the Soviets were propping them up before China.
Yeah, due to China. They were like using North Korea as a buffer zone from South Korea, Japan, and America.
Right.
So during the Cold War, they helped North Korea to build the nukes.
Okay, so they build the nukes, so they have the nukes, and that's their one, what we would call like a trump card.
Yeah.
Not actual Trump, but it's a term, right? A trump card, where it's just like, if they didn't have the nuke, most people would probably just go in there and, you know, do regime change or something like that. But the fact that they have the nuke, it's a very dangerous proposition.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but even before the nukes, they would not go do anything there. So I don't think there's people interested in North Korea. I don't think the argument where there's no oil is a real thing. But just somehow, I don't think the world cared about human rights that much, even till this day, that they would like go in there and change the regime.
Oh, I wasn't talking about even human rights. I was talking about like for example, if I'm China, right? Do I really want someone who I don't trust, who has nuclear weapons, leading a country, or do I want a puppet?
Oh, China is so grateful because North Korea makes them look good. I mean, imagine, like, without North Korea.
Yeah, it's like when a pretty girl has an ugly friend.
That's insane. That's so good, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the reason. No, she was right about the buffer thing. She wasn't wrong. That's why I didn't say anything. But like, what the fuck, dude? That's so stupid, dude. Yeah. No, China, very similar to North Korea. Also just as poverty-stricken. Please don't go there. Please don't travel there. Please don't look at like the millions of like readily available pieces of information that you can see from like, you know, tier 1 cities or anything like that. Don't talk to any of your relatives that have went to China. They're all lying to you. Do not go to China. Do not see China. They're actually just as poor as North Korea, but like a little bit better than North Korea. That's why they need North Korea to exist. Genuinely asking for some clarification. Is Kim Jong-un a good leader or not? No, of course not. What the fuck, man? Why are people just like, why? Oh my God. Dude, if someone was saying this kind of shit about America, okay, I would be fucking shitting on them too, okay? Like, it's ridiculous. If someone was like, in America, everyone is imprisoned. 330 million population, 250 million prisoners. I'd be like, no, America has the highest prisoner per capita, but that's not, that number is just fucking insane. Okay? Stop saying kind of true, you fucking idiots.
exactly.
Right? So you have to walk around with the ugly friend so people go, oh my God, she's so
Unless
ugly.
you're
You don't
not
even
that
notice.
bad. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, not even a pretty girl, like a medium girl with an ugly friend.
Yeah.
Oh, because as long as we're talking about North Korea, we're not talking about what China's doing with the Uyghurs.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Nothing is gonna be compared to what North
Yeah.
Korea does, right?
Oh.
Yeah, famously, everyone only cares about what's going on in North Korea and China. No one ever cares about that. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're not gonna talk about Chinese human rights abuses as much.
Interesting.
That's one reason why they want them to be there. Also, everything is under Chinese control.
So that's the other thing that I heard you say. So China bought, I guess, the mineral rights and the
Yeah.
mining rights
Yeah.
for all of North Korea.
They like lent the lands for 300 years.
So basically, it's
It's theirs now. It's like we are colonized by China.
Yeah.
But not only that, like North Korea has no oil, right, themselves. So they cannot, even like test nukes without the oil. So China got that line for them because nobody in the world can give them the oil.
Oh, that's right, because they're an embargo.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to, they could just stop
Stop
oil.
the oil. Just 1 week, the regime collapses.
Oh, wow.
So China's propping.
And now you understood exactly why they don't need to have a puppet regime. So everything she said leading up to this moment was just bullshit. They don't need to have a puppet regime in North Korea because North Korea's only export partner is China. There you go. Again, like 3 true things and then like 11 insane things. Holy fuck.
It up.
Yeah, they don't let them. Like even during the pandemic, they were like in the dark, in the black market, they would give him the oil. In the behind the scene. New York Times actually covered that up. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I thought that they were just creating a buffer zone, which is quite common with countries. Is you want a little bit of like it's similar to what's happening right now with like Russia and like Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's like Ukraine didn't join up with what is it called again? NATO. They didn't join up with NATO, and then Russia was like, okay, there's a buffer right here. We don't have NATO on the doorstep. We got something that might be like neutral. We don't know. And the second they talk about maybe joining up with NATO, it's like, no, we're in there. We can't do it. But what you're saying is interesting. It's a publicity stunt almost. Yeah. They're keeping this country impoverished, enabling the poverty. So people talk about the atrocities going on there instead of the atrocities going on in their country.
Right.
Now, my question is, would the world care? It seems like we don't care what China does to their people in the same way we don't care what Saudi Arabia does to Yemen. Like, it seems like as long as we're getting something from them or we need something from them, that we just kind of look the other way with the civil rights situation.
Well, that's what I try to change right now.
Yeah.
To make people care.
Yeah.
Because I think people don't realize how dangerous a threat is really, right? It's what I'm afraid of is already there. North Korea is too big to fail. Their nukes, they have a capability of attacking actually mainland America. And while we are getting...
Again, glazing. Okay, she's a double agent, dog. It's over. She's a double agent. No way. No way. She says way too many insane things just glazing up Jusha gang, dude. Holy fuck. That's crazy, dude. She's out here literally. She's out here like, North Korea has ICBMs that are capable of hitting mainland America. They have the best nukes. They gave them to Pakistan. They gave them to Syria. Other countries with nuclear programs want nukes from Korea. They want it. It's the best Korea. The people are so strong. They live on a healthy diet of fucking rats and cockroaches and are capable of pulling trains. Okay? In North Korea, there is 130 million soldiers on the border, across the border, even though the country is actually only 26 million people. In North Korea, people live up to 400 years old, which is why the family is able to do 8-generational curse-style gulag imprisonment. In North Korea, the rats are strong. The children eat the rats, and then the rats eat the children. Even the rats are the strongest rats. Okay, this goes pretty fucking hard. You don't understand. And most importantly at all, in North Korea, there is no top of the hour ad breaks. Because at the top of the hour, everyone's ad breaks are paid for by gifters. The great gifter Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il. The gifters of all. The spreaders of Jusha ideology. The Jusha ideology of self-reliance. That's right. At the top of the hour, there is no 3-minute ad break. But in America, ew, yucky, there is a 3-minute ad break. Moon Senem, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. HasanAbi's Nipple, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Allowing 25 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Chok, chok, chok. Kim Jong-un has the fattest of asses. He can fart on babies that haven't even been born yet. He'll fart on a pregnant woman, and then the pregnant woman's child's children will smell the fart. That is how strong Kim Jong-un is. Anyway, anyone could pull a train after hearing this? Yeah. We'll listen to some more patriotic North Korean songs in a little bit.
So destroyed with each other and fighting, infighting, everything. The enemies are keep growing, and their only goal is destroying America.
That's
North
all...
Korea's only goal is destroying America.
Why do they hate us so much?
Because this country stands up for freedom and human rights, individual liberty, and all the things that North Koreans cannot have.
Our culture is very seductive, and it kind of erodes the ideology
of these totalitarian states.
Yeah.
So as long as there's a free society exists, it's a threat to their ruling, right? People want to be like us.
Yeah.
They want to escape to America. We don't escape to North Korea.
Yeah.
So that's why North Korean regime and Chinese regime understand that if they want to make this a norm, the dictatorships as a norm in the world, they need to destroy democracy.
Yes. But even China has, I think, relaxed their policy on capitalism for sure. Right?
Not when it comes to control of the people. It got so bad.
But even recently, the people protested the COVID regulations, and then the government acquiesced. The government said, okay, fine, you guys want to go out there and get COVID? Go get some COVID. It's like the first time in like 100 years that this has happened where the government basically...
relented.
Relented, yeah.
Right. I think that was new about COVID. Like that people really fed up in China.
Yeah.
But even till this day, like we have people trying to rescue North Koreans from China.
Yeah.
You cannot...
Yeah, it's really fucked up when the people of China are yearning for freedom and they're always like, please don't execute billionaires. Please don't throw them in jail. Or when they're like, please don't give us high-speed rail. And then the Chinese government does it anyway. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, man, that's really fucked up. God damn it, that's really fucked up. I get so upset and so offended on behalf of the Chinese population that's like, fuck, I really hate the rapid urbanization that has occurred in the past fucking 30 years in this country. They're always saying that. They're sitting in their fucking high-rise apartments going, oh, it was so much better. It used to be so much better here. This used to be a village. There was no working sewage system. It was fucking so sick. That's what they're always saying, and the Chinese government's like, nah, dog, fuck you. You do get high-speed internet. You do get fucking high-speed rail. Ah! They're like, please, sir, Xi Jinping, please, stop building. I hate that.
Get on a bus without your ID and government authorization.
China has all that high-speed rail because billions of people are pulling it. Yeah, in China. in China, everybody knows there are no high-speed rails. It's like literally the Chinese people pulling those planes.
You cannot go to the next town without going through a checkpoint. And it became everything is isolated prison within China, like North Korea.
I also think that, and this speaks to the North Korea, why it's so much more difficult to do in North Korea. I think that like China has a much bigger middle class. And I think when you have a much bigger middle class, they have more power.
Yeah, let's think. It almost feels like one country was not under mass embargo from the Western world that dictated that like no country can do trade with it, and the other didn't get that, and then had like 1 million people wiped out in a war that did not even need to happen.
In a revolution. And North Korea does not have that at all.
Like, we don't have zero middle class.
Zero. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Question about COVID. Did COVID go through North Korea?
Yeah, it did.
And a lot of people were infected?
A lot.
And how did it transmit into the country? Do you know?
It had to be China because they're the only trading partner, and then COVID is from China. So
But it was through trading that people actually got sick.
nobody really knows. And
Why does she know about what's going on in contemporary North Korean existence? Hasn't she been living in like Chicago since 2014? Because she's from there? No, but like, why does she know about how COVID fucking ripped through North Korea? It's not like, dog, it's not like me calling up my fucking dad in Turkey, okay? She left North Korea in 2007. What do you mean? You can't just like ring up somebody and fucking... Don't yell at me, dog. I don't forget where I come from. That's such a funny... Yeah, she's repping her set, dude.
but North Korea did have COVID.
Oh, interesting.
How do you still get information of what's going on in North Korea?
So that's a big operation. Like literally so funny when I talk to my
That's actually a
Northern,
great question.
almost brokers. We have to talk about like sugar and candy. It's all about like, you know, how we try to rescue some people. So North Korea has no internet. They don't have international cell service. So we need to smuggle a Chinese phone through the border to North Korean border.
Wow.
Then it's closed, region is so close, they have the Chinese reception. So from America, we call Chinese number. But the border North Korean agent, they can accept the call. And sometimes the FaceTiming. But the government, North Korean government, jams and watches and listens to all these calls. So we need to go to the deep mountain in the bike, do the 30-second call. So on the bike in their hoodie, and they talk for 30 seconds. And then about what we want to know, like how things are going, like, you know, what we want to like, get out of North Korea. Then they need to go several miles and do another call. It takes a interesting mission, act of Congress to make one phone call to North Korea.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the geography that much, but are there places where they can access water and then like take the ocean?
Some people do. They
like
do
in Cuba,
swim.
for example, that's how people obviously get here. They'll just make a boat.
You cannot do that in North Korea because there's a police. Even the ocean is sealed by the guards.
The entire ocean.
Whole country is a prison camp. Entire country is sealed by the regime. It's a prison camp. Entire thing is. So some people swim for 15 days to Japan.
What?
Literally swam. A son and father, miraculously they swam in the freezing winter, like end of October, that's North Korea winter. They somehow survived.
Wow.
Escaped to Japan and South Korea, yeah.
Wow. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because today's episode...
Wait, so how the fuck... I don't get it. So how the fuck did the ships not pick them up?
And what do the other countries in the region think about this? Do they talk about it all? Are they concerned about it all? Is Japan concerned about what people in North Korea are going through? Like, I'm trying, do they have empathy for it, or is it...
Yeah, Japanese people love thinking about Koreans in a positive way, famously. Japanese people are always thinking about what's going on in South Korea and North Korea. They're like, Famously, they love thinking about that.
I don't know. Is there like a kind of
They
like
they love empathizing with the plight of Koreans.
lasting impasse where they kind of look the other way?
So they do have a sympathy, Japanese, but they're more scared because whenever North Korea tests nuclear, it goes
no.
above them. Can drop on
That's
them.
right.
Yeah, they've already gone through that once.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's their real problem
Yeah.
they actually have. That it can just drop on them at any time North Korea shoots a missile.
Now, you also said South Koreans look down on North Koreans.
Yeah.
That was kind of surprising to me. I thought there would be a lot more sympathy for what they have to go through. Well, can you talk about that?
I think this is where Americans don't know how other countries are so racist. How exceptional America is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in South Korea, they discriminate literally all the people come from poor countries. That includes, I'm so sorry, India,
You're not sorry.
Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and North Korea too. We are very poor.
Yeah.
And they look up to people coming from the Western European countries who are white.
Okay. Okay.
And so, yeah, even though we speak the same language, we have same genetics, same history, we are same Korean, they just discriminate us because we are coming from a poor country.
Do they have any funny jokes about you guys?
Oh my God, I mean, a lot of stereotypes.
Okay.
What are the stereotypes? What are the stereotypes?
So,
Super heavy. No.
I know, so
Yeah.
South Korea is a democracy and free market, so they need to be competitive.
Yeah.
So they have a saying about the communist North Koreans don't work hard as much as they do, or they are not as competitive. They don't understand capitalism. And then they are not...
Damn, those jokes are fucking fire, dog. Bro, what the fuck? Damn, that shit's so funny. I love reading an econ textbook and just laughing my ass off. Wow, what are some more funny jokes? They do not understand free market principles in North Korea, and everyone bursts into laughter. Yeah, I'm gonna visit South Korea and start making jokes like that.
trustworthy
Not trustworthy.
because we believe that like all the propaganda, so we can like worship Kims, right, in front of camera.
Oh.
So they think like, oh, they don't care like we have to do that to protect our families. They just lie in front of camera and worshiping dictator like that.
Oh, so they think you'll believe anything.
Yeah. So those kind of things. So it's very hard to get a job in South Korea as a North Korean defector.
I mean, I will be honest. There are some things that they say about Kim. No, not Kim Jong-un. Kim
Jong-il?
Jong-il.
Yeah.
There are some things that are pretty wild.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's done apparently a lot of really amazing things that apparently has been propaganda in North Korea. That he's achieved all these records. That he's an amazing golfer. Were you told these things when you were there?
And one thing that I still remember from my math class teacher.
I'm not being rude. I'm looking up the things I wrote about. Okay, yeah.
Is that like at Columbia University, professors are saying how math is racist, right? It's made up by white men. The science, biology made up by white men.
I thought it was Muslims. I thought it was Arabs made up.
Arabic did numbers, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite type of shit when she starts talking about like things that like obviously she needs to say for like Republicans to be like, yeah, she's our gal. She's our gal.
Yeah.
But now they blame white men. They think the white men just like made up the gender.
I mean, we
science,
perfected
math.
it.
Yeah, we made it
really
the best.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Asians are still the best at it, so I don't understand that
Yeah,
part.
Asians
Right.
are really good at it.
But so Kim Jong-il apparently as a child realized, so teacher asked me, Yeonmi, what's 1 + 1? What do you say?
Say 2.
Yeah. And my teacher said, no, my dear, later discovered if you add 1 drop of water on top of another drop of water, what does it become? It becomes a bigger one. Yeah. That's how he proved the math was made up by the white men.
Wow.
Yeah, that kind of holds up.
That's
actually.
good. That's good.
That's kind of a good point.
Yeah. He sounds like a wife.
Yeah. I'm kind of on his side. I don't know. That adds up for me.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you some of these things and you tell me if these are true? About Kim Jong-un. Okay. That Kim Jong-il learned to walk at 8 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's what they say, but I mean, it's got to be true. I am a mother. That's impossible.
Impossible.
8 weeks, you cannot do that. You cannot even crawl.
No,
Literally.
definitely not.
Your kid's not Kim Jong-il, you know? I mean, you never know.
Kim Jong-il played golf. He shot 38 under par, including 11 holes in one.
Do you know what North Koreans thought when we read that?
That the holes in one were from the
We
sex
thought,
camp?
what's golf?
Yeah.
Because we don't have golf for commoners.
Oh, you didn't know what golf was, so it made sense. Of course he's good at golf.
But it's also like he's bragging about stuff that people don't even know what he's bragging about.
Yeah. So like, I was like, what's golf, you know?
I actually like that one that he's not, that he said like, oh, I only got 11 holes in one. Like he
He
could
didn't go
have,
every
Yeah.
one.
He wasn't. He
could have said, I
He
mean,
wasn't too ridiculous.
yeah, it's like when you cheat on a test and you get some of them wrong,
Yeah, you
you're
give
like,
yourself a
I'm gonna throw them
96.
off, you know?
Right.
Okay.
Kinda smart.
Okay. Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger.
Oh, wow.
He
Yeah.
called it the double bread with meat. That guy is good with names. He's like Seinfeld, like very creative when naming things.
Very good with the naming. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, never had a hamburger, so I don't know. It's like,
Again, he's saying that he's inventing things that you guys don't even know what the hell it is.
yeah,
like,
so
where
people
is
have
it?
no idea what that is.
You're like,
you
of
know?
course you did, buddy. Who would eat meat between bread?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you get executed for eating beef. in North
Between Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il and Yeonmi Park, I don't know who to believe less. Okay, it's just like all I'm learning from her is that North Koreans love embellishing. Okay, they love it. They can't stop doing it. That's the only two people I know from North Korea, and both of them love lying. But one of them also loves cheese. But that one makes sense, actually. That one. Wait, did she say you get executed for eating beef? What?
Korea.
Eat meat between bread.